Hello everyone, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. We're looking at this little city, this hilltop city that we've got here. I'm thinking I want to change it. And you might be thinking that that's crazy, and I would agree with you. And you haven't even heard what I want to do to it yet. And what I want to do is grab this here highway and raise it up. I want to make it a raised highway that comes all the way through until, I don't know, maybe until down here, right? And it'll drop off down here. Then these roads will go underneath, and then we can start having connections all the way through underneath as well. And I think it might just work. I'm also going to shift this roundabout to be a floating roundabout sort of here-ish. So let's get started on destroying things. So that's going to have to go. This whole section here is going to have to go. I'm also going to get rid of the little building strip there with the little small road. This has to go. This whole lot. It all has to go. The whole thing. Let's get rid of it all. And I do apologize for the noise of bulldozing. I have actually tried to turn the bulldozing noise down, but I don't know, everything else is quiet, but the bulldozing doesn't seem to be affected by normal volume controls. So, we've got rid of that highway. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of terrain changing, where we can just bring... Let's say level the terrain to sort of this height, then smooth it out, right? Or do we want to, actually, let's bring it to this height. There we go. Then smooth it out. There we go. That works. Ta-da. Happy, happy, happy. Let's now grab a highway. 3-lane standard highway. Let's go with the sound barrier one. And this is gonna go, we're gonna turn on snapping. And then I want freeform curve tool. It's gonna go here. And then how high up are we at the moment? We're decent height, but I think I want to bring this up even more. Let's go to 20 meters. Right, so that's a little bit of a slope. It's barely even noticeable. We're going to bring this right around here. And as you can see, just going right next to those buildings, I like how that looks. I really, really do. This is all going to disappear along here. And then I'm hoping that that's actually enough height. Oh, it is fantastic. So I'm going to put a pillar just on, let's go here, and then we're gonna go pillar here, and then this needs to come down. Just like that. And that, yeah, that's enough room. That's fine. We do have some lights going through, so we'll have to fix that up. A little bit odd there. We'll go with a straight road to come up, and we'll go all the way up to 20 meters. There we go. Bring it as close as I can. We'll go straight over. Lovely. Couple more lampposts poking through there. Not a problem. We'll deal with that in a second. And then all we're going to do is just follow this road's trajectory all the way around. We'll try and get a little bit closer than that, if I can. All right. Well, fine. We'll have a little bit of a gap. That's fine. If that's what the game wants, then that is what the game wants. There we go. So I like that. I really do. I'm just gonna quickly modify this so we have some nicer height changes. That, yeah, that's a little bit better. Just evens it out a little bit more. Then, let's go ahead and rebuild this. So this is 2-lane, one-way road. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. There we go. Now, 2-lane, one-way. On the bridge, we want none. Standard pillar. And on this, we want none as well. We're going to go here. We're going to go with straight. And we're going to go up to a 9 meter. We're going to go across to here. And then down. Lovely. We'll go here. We'll go here, and we'll go up to 9U and 9 meters. We'll go 9 meters and 9U. So there we go. We just now have to flip both of these around. Really? Yes. Yes, that is right. Both of these around. Here we go, because I did do them in opposite directions, but did them in the wrong directions. So now we have nothing poking up through anything, which is really, really handy. Now, I also want to run a walking path, concrete, of course, up and through. So let's just bring this up to 9 meters as well. Is that actually the same height? Yes. Yes, it is. Lovely. Bring this all the way across to here. And then we're going to come down to the ground. Just like so. I'm actually going to get rid of that and bring it down to the ground just a little bit earlier. So we'll go there, then we'll go up. Like that. So we have the same slope and we have some concrete down there. Just for a little bit more detail and depth. I think that works nicely. Now, the problem is going to be getting these roads up and onto the highway. Because, of course, we now have quite the slope to contend with. So we're going to have to go here. This is going to go up to about 12U. Though I'd rather do it... Let's turn on... Is it straight slope? That sort of forces it to... Because what I essentially want is I want the whole thing to go up. Yes, that will work. Brings the terrain up, which is fine. I mean, that's not actually a problem. So we'll go sort of like that. And that works. This is a little bit glitchy, but you know, that's okay. Let's turn off straight slope. We'll just go with normal. And then pull this around like so. Is that gonna still glitch out? It's still a little bit glitchy, but I think we're gonna have to go with it. I mean, technically that's a fine interchange. Like, that's not actually a problem. And then from this side, we need a way off. And I can't just do that, because no one's gonna drive that. That's just simply not gonna work. If we clear this all out, and then we just, I mean, this really is just, I mean, it should really be 3 lanes, but what if we downgrade this to 2 lanes? Highway, like so. Fixes that side up a little bit as well, which is nice. And then we grab it, and we just go like this, and we go down a little bit, and then down all the way to the ground. There. See, that slope isn't bad at all. That's actually pretty much perfect. That's about as good as I could ask. So let's do that, and then, oh, come on. That. And that there is pretty much perfect. There are far too many roads in this place for it, and it's all trying to snap around. And we are having some issues, which is not ideal. So let's do that. What was this? I have no idea what that was. What is it on this side? What part am I missing? Ah, it's too much. It was one way down into here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And let's go one way from here to here. And then we grab our off-ramp and we go from here to here. Like that. Perfect. Okay. That is our road rebuilt with a nice elevated road. Now the next thing that we need to do is have some way of making an elevated roundabout. So let's grab 3-lane with sound barrier. This is 20 meters, so let's start there, but let's go up by 8 meters. That's fine. And then this essentially needs to go around the whole thing. It's gonna go here. It's gonna be a very rough roundabout to begin with. Like that. Because that technically, it's a little bit close. It's a little bit close, to be honest. Let's get rid of it. And let's do this properly. Let's go with a little bit of a, I don't know, this should give us our square that we need. Height too high. Ah, right, of course. Let's do that. Bring it off this way, bring it off that way. Now, how big do we want our road to be? If we go 5, let's go 5 units out, which is sort of there-ish. We go 5 units this way to here. It's actually going to be a little bit more than that, because that's actually about 6. So if we'll have to go to about here, and then we're going to have to go up to 30 meters. Like that, essentially. Like this. And then here. Now, of course, that's come down, but that's okay, because now, if we get rid of all of this, and from here, okay, this is gonna be difficult. So this is our here, and we go 5 by, that's 6 by 6, that's fine, and we go 6 by 6, please, without snapping. Let's turn off snapping, and let's try and get it sort of roughly circular. That'll do. 6 by 6, and then let's now get rid of this part, and we'll redo it. So we turn back on snapping. 8 by, that'll do. Out and down. Now, does that give us enough clearance? Just. We get rid of that section. Go sort of like that. Is that better? Much better. Okay. Let's now upgrade this to, I know it's not perfectly round, but it's gonna have to do. So let's upgrade it like so. And then we just need to find a way on. So let's grab some off-ramp here. We'll go like that. And we go like that. And then we come on and we go off that way. It does get rid of a building, but that's, you know, that's just life when you live next to a massive roundabout. You're gonna get removed. So there we go. We now have our heightened roundabout with ways on and off. Basically just back onto the motorway. Now we need a way down and into the city. So let's get rid of all of these buildings. And we'll turn this into a normal road. Which will go something like straight line there, go there. This is going to go down. How's that slope? It's kind of sharp, but you know, might have to do. Let's try turning off snapping, coming a little bit this way, going around a little bit, and then down to the ground, like so, and then in like so. This bit needs redoing, and in fact this whole bit needs redoing. Let's just go from here and sort of there-ish, and then there-ish. How does that look? That bit's a little crazy. Let's redo that. Let's go there. So that's 10 units. So let's go down to 11, because that's now a 1x1 slope. And then do something like that. And I mean, that's drivable for sure. That's definitely drivable. And in fact, let's just upgrade that to standard 2-lane road. Hit play and see how it works. Obviously, this road's going to get quite heavily used, this one here. But hopefully that's okay. Hopefully it doesn't get used too much, because I'm hoping people still use this one down here first. The other thing I could do is pull off, that's actually kind of tempting. If I grab the off-ramp, and I go from here, and I just go straight down like that, gives another way off, and again we will turn this into, so it gives a way off, and then let's actually turn this to be a way on, or no, because that forces way too many people to use this. This will be off, this will be off and on, and that should work. That should definitely work. And now that we have that, we can start, we can get rid of this road here, like that. Because that's going to allow us to have a bit more sort of, they're going to have to spread out. Everyone's turning this way, actually. So let's get rid of this and all of these buildings here. Because I want some people to come in this way. I want sort of a split, right? But having this road sort of just added a few too many intersections for me. But if we can come here like that, and then again with this, it's a few too many intersections, so we'll just bring it along the back here and then join in. Make this all office space, just the whole lot. Maybe not that. Maybe that's not quite useful. We'll do something like that. Get rid of that one and that one. That builds up. That sort of fixed a lot of traffic problems, surprisingly, or at least it's not caused any traffic problems. You know, that's probably a better way to put it. We do have some electricity problems though, so let's quickly find a way to fix that. And the easiest way, as we all know, is to plonk down one of them. And suddenly the power problems go away. Lovely. So, now that we have this raised little area, right? What do I want to do with it? I kind of want to bring some more roads in, but I can't. I obviously can't go up, but I can go under. Maybe if I have another line. Let's turn off zoning for a sec on this whole thing. Set this to be office. This to be that. Bulldoze a couple of these. Bulldoze that and those so that they build up a bit nicer, bigger. And then let's grab a road out from here. I don't like that building anymore. We're going to go here. We're going to bring it a little bit closer if I can. I can't. That's okay. But I can do that. And then it's just going to sort of sneak its way underground. So it's 8 by 8 at the moment. Lovely. So we're going to go there. It's going to be a nice sharp turn. Then we're going to go another 8 and we'll come up by 8 units. We'll go there. That works. There we go. And now we can essentially just bring this all the way over here. Let's redo that and actually join onto this to create a level crossing. Something I've not yet had in this game. So now we have a connection across, which we didn't have before. So that makes me happy. And now we can fill out this whole area. Right? This whole area here has been completely lacking in stuff. Just general stuff. So this area is now getting some roads. Do that. Let's just do a little bit of terrain fixing. That's, not an ideal look to the terrain. We'll do that, and then we'll just hit smooth on everything. There we go, looking good. We can put some more. I mean, I could have some more sort of industrial, but I like the idea of this being office space. I don't know why. I just do. I think it works well, actually, next to industrial office. Office right next to industrial works kind of nicely. So there we go. We'll do that. We do have a road across, which is nice. This area is going to be residential. This is going to be residential. However, none of these singles or doubles are. You can disappear and you can disappear. Lovely. Happy with all of that. That works fine. You don't need to be there. You do. So there we go. What I am going to do, though, is put in some low-density commercial just there. Maybe there. Maybe there. Something like that. There we go. Happy, and some there. Just some small little buildings I think will look kind of nice. And so I like how that looks. I mean, I know it's a little bit screwy, it's a little bit naff, but I like it. I really, really do. Let's grab our tree with leaves and let's fill her up. There we go. Now this all needs filling up as well, as does around here. I was planning on putting sort of a big mansion here, like one big one, but I couldn't get a proper house to spawn, and I don't have any sort of parks that make like nice houses. Like I could do that, but that's Masons. Like that's not a house. I don't even know what Masons is, but it's not a house. So I'm just trying to find something, anything that looks like a house. Though that kind of works, but I don't know if the very rich suburbs would have that, you know. We could obviously do a park. In fact, if we 1 of 4, we go there, and we go 2. Was that 2? 2 of 4. 3 of hang on. Move to there. Move to there. Move to there. There. Now, which one of these is duplicated? 1, 2, 3, 3. You can be bulldozed. You need to move over 1. You need to move over 1. And you need to move over 1. Then we grab normal rock, which looks something like that. And that is kind of nice. I like how that looks. That's very, very nice. Can I add just a few more? Like if I add, is there one that links up? You link up nicely, which is good. 1 of 4, no. You work, and then what goes on this side? You. Something like that. Real big sort of park area just to finish off that end. I've been trying to find something to go there for a while, and I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that, how that looks, actually. Let's grab a couple other trees as well, just to flesh it out a lot more. And a couple of these as well. There we go. And that there is awesome. Imagine driving up to this. I mean, imagine driving along and having trees right in your road. I mean, wouldn't that be cool? No. Let's get rid of them, because they are... That one's poking through as well. Go away. I think that's all of the trees that we're going through. But seriously, let's just have a look at this, eh? I mean, some crazy bumps and jumps and stuff going on, but just look at that. With the trees going underneath, and then all these buildings here, which we sort of jump on. I like it. I really do. Alright. What are we doing on this end? You'll find out in the next episode. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. And also, don't forget to hit subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.